Why do I keep forgetting to say the beginning of the show?
Well, it's more fun to banter a little bit and get into it, and then you say it. And I would forget. How many episodes have we done? About 60? I would have forgotten probably 40 of the times.
I see.
So I think you're doing pretty good. It's just funny that you've done it twice in a row.
And well, the last one, the second to last one, I did it.
You did it in the middle.
Like 10 minutes left in the show.
Yeah, that was fun. Switch it up a little bit.
Should I now just leave it and we banter a little bit and see if I remember?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. How are you?
Yeah, I've had better days.
Nick Nolte week?
If we had recorded at like 7 o'clock last night, I would have been in a much better mood. I just found out a friend in the hospital today, and I don't know how much you like going to hospitals, but I went.
No.
I went to the hospital, and
they should make something good about it. There's like nothing good.
Just
like at least have a good snack you get or something.
As soon as you walk through the doors, it's just, I just immediately my stomach drops. So I went to see, it's a friend of mine, a friend of my sister's, and she's not doing well, and I think she's getting better. I don't know exactly what's going on, but just
it's tough if you don't know them really well to be like, hey, what's your prognosis? How's it going?
I
just walking.
I'd talked to their family members were there, and I was asking like real questions about it and stuff. Okay. But when I was talking to her, I was just trying to keep it light and everything.
Yeah, use your podcast. Hey, everybody.
Hey, you should be listening to right now. I know the Goonies is on TBS, and that's what you're into because it's familiar. But why don't you try this new podcast? I was just making jokes with her, and then the doctor came in. The whole time I was there was nurses in and out, and then I probably stayed for about 45 minutes. And at the end, the doctor came in. The doctor was dressed like jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh, well, casual even in the hospital now?
So I'm like, are you the doctor? And he said, yes. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to
Holiday Inn.
I'm not a doctor, but don't I look like one? So he started talking, and I said, I'm going to go. I don't want to hear all this stuff. You guys are good. Have a good day. I'll come over. I'll come see you again. And she said, no, Mark, you have to stay. I have something I have to tell you. No, she's pretty heavily medicated, I think. I know she's pretty heavily medicated. She has a lot of pain issues, so they're putting her on a lot of pain medication. I said, no, I have somewhere to be at 1 o'clock. I have to record the mag room, which I just mentioned you should be listening to. I really did. I left to talk to you. Am I a
yeah, especially because I said you could have been a little bit later.
Did you? I didn't catch that part of the text.
I did. I wrote the thing I added to didn't need to happen anymore.
It felt much more threatening to me that you better be there. I thought it said something along the lines of you'd better be there at 1.
Especially when you said you had to go to the hospital. I said I had a lot of flexibility in the afternoon, especially if somebody needed to really tell you.
Maybe we should wrap this up quick and I'll go back. Because I was thinking, what if something awful happens to her? And the last thing that I ever...
You'll never know.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think
you deserve it at this point.
No way.
Yeah, because you left.
But all right, so I waited outside the door for the doctor for I'd say between
3 to 6 minutes.
I was going to say 7 to 10 minutes. I think it was 7 to 10 minutes because I started to feel really weird standing outside. There's just standing around other people that were doing stuff. I'm just waiting. I just don't think that it really was something important. I think she's got a lot of medication in her right now, and I can't imagine that it was something that important.
Could it be in there and like important, really important?
And I'm not lying. I'm not making this up to be funny. This has been weighing on me for the last 20 minutes. I'm like, wonder what the she had to say to me. Hospitals just blow my mind. I don't know.
Well, it's serious, right? And you don't always like.
And then you walk outside and you're in Jupiter, Florida, and there's palm trees and the weather's beautiful, and but it resets
your mind, right? It's something.
Yeah.
See, like you never go to a hospital for something that's not serious. Like it could be something good, like somebody's having a baby, but even that's like serious.
So like, we should start a hospital for where the outcomes are always hilarious.
I don't think that's a good. And we could do it as a therapy hospital for people who are scared of hospitals. They come and like you come in and you get somebody makes you a balloon animal. That's like you make the appointment for things like that. Last weekend, Brennan had a sleepover, not his sleepover, but his friend had a sleepover birthday party at the library. So they won, I don't know, in an auction. The library had an auction, and one was like, you can have a sleepover party at the library, and the librarian is there and you stay overnight and like watch movies and play games.
Really?
So his friend won it, and the friend is a girl, and her mother said to the librarian, "Yeah, we have like 7 kids coming, 4 boys and 3 girls." And the librarian says, "Is that okay?" And and the woman says, "Why?" And the librarian says, there's probably going to be a lot of kissing that goes on. And she's like, "I don't think so." So the mom went to the daughter and was like, "Hey, Rita, the librarian thinks because there's boys and girls, there
you're a slut.
Some kissing that goes on."
Rita called you a tramp.
And the girl went, "Ew."
Kissing's gross.
And then we said it to Brennan, and Brennan was like, "Oh, yeah."
Brennan's voice is deeper than your voice?
Yeah, it is when he laughs like that.
He didn't think so? How old is he?
11. He's on the cusp.
What grade?
I think it's like 6th. He's in 5th grade. I feel like 7th grade is like
sixth. My first kiss was 6th, so yeah. I would have still maybe.
But I feel like even if you're doing it in 6th, like you don't really want to do it. You're just think you're supposed to do it. I feel like 7th and 8th is when you're.
I think I started off. I hit my stride pretty quickly as far as kissing is concerned. I was good right off the bat. I bet I was
like, wow, you kissed like a 9th grader.
I bet.
What would you even know? How would you even get that feedback?
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
It's not like
I'm sure I was terrible.
It was just
I just knew you were supposed to use your tongue. Like, now I think I know what I'm doing, but
you did some tongue right off the bat? Wow.
Well, I'd
for your
girls.
First one?
No, I'd kiss girls on the lips like forever, dude. You
just do a lot of lips.
Yeah, smooching. Smooching's nothing. But your daughter's walking up behind you.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm babysitting tonight, did you know?
Do you want to do that? I'm the one who sent the email. I'll text him.
But we're kissing story.
Has Emma kissed a boy yet?
No.
Have you kissed a boy yet?
No.
She said no.
I'm almost 13 too, because I'm turning 13 in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, then she becomes an adult.
A teenager? What do teenagers do that you don't do right now, Emma? What's something like...
Have a phone. She said have a phone.
Oh, okay. So that's a big one?
Older teenagers drive cars, so that's one thing.
Yeah, but you're still kind of far away.
They don't really anymore. Kids don't drive cars as much.
Really?
It's like they don't want to.
I don't want it.
You don't want to? That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I just want to get out of my house and cruise around.
Yeah, dude. 7-Eleven, McDonald's, back to 7-Eleven, back to McDonald's,
station.
Back to 7-Eleven. Did a lot of hang out at 7-Eleven when I was in high school.
I don't know where I was. I know we were at the bookstore. And I know you always correct me on pronunciation.
You guys are growing pains. You're always doing like such like wholesome things.
The kids.
Me and my kids were at a peanut butter and jelly festival, and
kids had Monday and Tuesday off, and Michelle and I had to work. I made a list for Brennan and Teddy. Each day.
This is all. Now I'm picturing this totally as just a sitcom
of 12 things that they had to do, and if they did it each day, then the third day I would bring them to the bookstore to buy a book that they wanted. So the stuff was like, go to the cemetery and spell your name with the letter, like find your name in different letters in the cemetery, or
Psycho. Wow, this took a dark turn.
Shoot a slow motion video of you throwing a rock into the water
through a policeman's window.
Build a Lego event thing. So there's like 12 of those things. I made up 24. It took me a while. They did them all. And so we went to the bookstore, but there was a lady who's in the kids section, and I know you like correcting pronunciation.
Okay.
And people do it. She said, I'm gonna have to make sure I say it right. She said, "Oh, look, there's Babar books. I love Babar." And then the other guy was like, "Oh yeah, Babar is awesome." And they just kept doing it. And I'm like, I wanted to be like, it's not Babar, it's Babar. What are you doing?
Babar.
But she just kept doing it. Babar. Those are my and they were her favorite books, she said. And she can't even pronounce the damn name of the person.
There was a kid in my middle school yearbook. We were supposed to put your favorite whatever, by you'd have your picture and then underneath all your interests.
Yep.
So for his favorite TV show, he put MacGyver, but he spelled it MCGUIVER.
Oh, very formal.
So I think he forgot the MAC, and then it was GYVER on the show. And I thought, how is it your favorite show, but you don't know how to spell it?
Did you ask him?
No, he got killed in a...
Wow. He tried to build a bomb out of tinfoil and a twist tie, and he exploded the whole house.
As I was walking to his house to tell him that that they made a misprint in the yearbook, the top windows of the house exploded.
Wow,
yeah,
that's a tough way to go. Yeah, if this lady ever meets an elephant and calls it, I might kick her because
Babar.
She kept saying Babar. I don't even know, how do you do that?
It's like they were put there to annoy you.
I know.
They just can't keep saying the like. Why would you need to keep saying the word
Babar? I love Babar.
Babar. I also like Babar books. Babar books are by far the Babar best.
Maybe it was in the bookstore. They try to see if it's like will anyone correct us?
Sting. Yeah, one of those hidden camera shows.
I failed. They were laughing at me. You know what we never said? Saturday afternoon in the mag room.
All around the world you can hear them. Hey, hey, hey. Talking about news and kind of funny stuff. Hey, hey, hey. Mag room. Mag room. The mag room. The mag room.
Should we do some Sisk stories?
Yeah.
The first one actually applies a bunch to what we've been talking about. You should. I'm amazingly, if I prepared this show, I couldn't do these things.
Really?
Well, maybe.
So it's about hospitals.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell me.
It's about someone who was on Law and Order.
Oh, sweet.
Who just died.
Oh.
Richard Belzer.
Bells? Died?
Yep. 78 is the headline from Hollywood Reporter. Richard Belzer, extraordinarily smartass as a comic and a TV cop, dies at 78. There was a couple things I wanted to highlight, but we could talk about him a little bit as well. Richard Belzer, the beloved comedian who began as an edgy stand-up performer before finding further fame as the cynical but stalwart detective John Munch.
Detective Munch.
On Homicide, Life on the Street, and Law and Order. So he went over to the other show as John Munch still.
Yeah.
Has died. Belzer died early Sunday at his home in Bazoules in southwest France. I probably said that wrong. Writer Bill Sheft, a longtime friend of the actor, told The Hollywood Reporter. This is the whole quote from Sheft. He had lots of health issues, and his last words were, "Fuck you, motherfucker."
Good job, Belzer.
So I read that, and I'm like, that's pretty cool, like as the last words.
Yeah.
What would you do as your last words? Have you thought about that? Same thing. And then what if you say it and then you don't die? Like you've wasted it.
I was joking, guys. I didn't mean it. And then the next time, like, no, seriously, you guys.
So you think that guy, maybe he had something really to tell him? Or maybe that guy's stealing his money, or he slept with...
Well, nowadays, last words are, you're probably pretty highly medicated when they might not be representative of your actual state of mind, whatever.
But the person who gets it is going to think a lot about it. I think you have to practice.
The last words of the person that I just went to see in the hospital. No, seriously, I have to talk to you. And I just left to talk to you. I'm starting to think I'm an asshole, Jared.
That might be. I mean, I don't know if that makes you an asshole, but it's a little bit of a move, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, what are my last words like? Because I'd want them to be good. What would you want it to be? Something deep, something funny, something... I think you would bet the best one would be like this one, where you actually make the person feel it's funny and good, and then it's done. Like if you say something like that you regretted, and the person's like, oh man, that's unfortunate. Or you say something like the person really should have been great, Mark, if you were actually didn't connect my pronunciation. And then,
oh my God, all these years he's harbored that against me.
And then I die, and you're like, wow,
oh,
maybe I kill. Or I would have maybe I would have lived longer.
I would just blame whoever was in the room with me. I would blame something on them and then die.
You want them to live with your?
Well, I want them
words.
but I also want them to know that I was. Maybe hopefully they'll hear this. I want them to know that I'm joking, but I want to make some. I like me. I like. So reactions. I like reactions.
Do you know how Richard Belzer became funny?
By phrasing his questions better than that. He became funny by being sarcastic and wearing dark sunglasses. So his penchant for comedy grew out of an abusive childhood and a mother who beat him and his older brother Len. She always had some rationale for hitting us, he told People magazine. My kitchen was the toughest room I ever worked. I had to make my mom laugh or I'd get my ass kicked. If he made her laugh, she wouldn't beat him? I think if he spoke and she didn't laugh, then she beat him. Yeah. So he had the choice. I think he had probably hard to try out your new material in a room like that. God damn it, I don't want to get beat tonight, but I've also been doing the same 30 minutes for the past 2 years. I really need to. Well, she'd probably beat because she'd stop laughing at that. Like if you get the last one where she laughs a little bit, you're like, okay. I'm about to get beaten. I need a new material. I need some new material, yeah. Hospital food, Mom, huh? What do you think of? Why is the Jell-O so runny in a hospital? I don't get it. Because everybody wants to run out of there? Did probably get beat right there. Yeah, definitely. Nobody ever gives credit for their parents for beating them for why they're successful, so... Yeah. I just thought that was something new. I saw this in the Washington Post. It asked, can you pass a sex ed quiz based on what teens learn today? So I thought I bet I can't. I think I got 6 out of 10, so we'll see if you can beat me. All right, true first. A lot of them are true or false. First one, the majority of teens are not sexually active. True or false? We'll say true. True is correct. So fewer than half of all high school students have ever had sex. Most teens your age are choosing to be sexually abstinent or not have sex. So it puts it as a choice. I don't know. Was this study written by guys that were cool done by guys that were cool and then were in high school or guys that were nerds? An egg is fertilized in the uterus. True or false? I'm going to say false. That is also correct. Do you know where it is fertilized? In my bedroom. In the ovarian something or other. No, fallopian tube. People whose gender identity differs from the sex assigned at birth often realize that before they start kindergarten. True or false? The operative word I think there is often, right? Sure. That's very, all right. I'm going to say true. Correct. I thought this was false. It says people often feel this when they're very little. All right. This is one you'll know. Performing oral sex is riskier than receiving it if your partner has an STD. Yeah, I'd say that's true. Let's see. Yeah. Giving it? You're 4 for 4. Nice. Open mouth kissing is riskier than holding hands or using a public toilet. Outer course is riskier than abstinence or mutual masturbation. And having unprotected intercourse in a swimming pool is riskier than having protected oral sex or mutual masturbation. Why did have you ever had sex in a pool? Why did it pick a swimming pool? Like, is that like a common place to? I guess. No, I never have. Should I do it? Yeah, I've had it in a hot tub, which is really gross. Oh yeah. Here's question 5. You're 4 for 4. You're killing it. Abstinence is the most effective way to prevent pregnancy and STDs. Abstinence, yeah, true. It can't be false. All right. Because you're not touching anyone. Yeah. That'd be great if there was another way. I don't know. Killing yourself? Swimming pool. Actually, sex in the swimming pool is the most. The chlorine in the swimming pool kills everything. It actually takes away your STDs. Visible bumps and sores are the most common symptom of an STD and a good way to know if you carry the virus. False. 6 for 6. The most common symptom is no symptom at all. That's how I get so much ass. I got no bumps or anything on my wiener, but some STDs, such as chlamydia, have you ever had an STD? Syphilis, can be cured. Have you ever had an STD? No. Me neither. As far as you know. Should we? Let's get one. Let's see what it's like.
Some STDs such as chlamydia.
That'll be our new thread. I'll get syphilis and see what happens.
All right. It might get funnier. I don't know. All
right, go ahead.
Some STDs such as chlamydia and syphilis can be cured. True or false?
I think some can. Yeah, true.
Correct. 7 for 7. All right, 3 more. Sexting or sharing sexually explicit photos of yourself online can lead to felony criminal prosecution.
Probably, yeah, true. Well, wait. Of yourself?
Yes.
Can I send pictures of myself to, like, if I send it to a kid? Yes. Then whatever the answer is, yes, you can. It can be whatever you said, a felony. If I send pictures of myself to the wrong person, yes.
So, yeah, it's true. Because they have this comment at the end, which they ask the kids to direct sexting, including sending sexual images or messages via texting, is a good way to show you're attracted to someone.
True.
That answer is false, according to this curriculum.
That's wrong.
If your partner is jealous of the clubs you are in, that might be the sign of an unhealthy relationship.
Should I be answering? All right, yes, true.
It is correct. So that's problematic behavior. So you would not be jealous of clubs or activities.
The AV club let you in again this year? Well, that's cool. I'll still see you on Friday night, maybe.
All right, here's the last one. You're 9 out of 9. Are you going to get perfect? You going to get perfect on this?
Guaranteed. 100%.
Last time you guaranteed.
Arms are in the air.
Last one wrong.
I know. I f***ed it up last time.
If someone talks in advance about having sex on a particular night, it's reasonable for their partner to assume that they have consented to it.
No, definitely. Yeah. Even if you just if you say the word sex and they're not repulsed by it, that's consent.
I see.
This is.
I assume you're saying false.
Yes.
So you could teach the curriculum.
I do. But I do go off book a lot, talk about personal experiences, personal likes and dislikes, turn-offs. The kids like to hear real life stuff,
I'd say they have a lot of real life situations in this curriculum. All right. Well, you're obviously, you could have another job if you want.
Yeah. Or a high school girlfriend.
For the first time.
Yeah. Be nice to have one at some point in my life.
The second. I got one more. Sisk story. So this was because we've been practicing our accents.
Yeah.
We're not very good at them.
I am. I am, mate. Go on with your story.
It said so there were 2 incidents here, but the main article was a cancer patient in his 50s in the United States developed what researchers say was an uncontrollable Irish accent during treatment, despite never having been to Ireland nor having immediate relatives from the country. So there's a thing called foreign accent syndrome.
Yeah.
When you have head trauma or a stroke that people develop. There was a woman from England they had as an example here who developed a Jamaican accent, which must have been brutal.
I've seen video of her talking before.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that must have been,
Great.
How do you explain that? People must think you're mocking them all the time. So if I inappropriately do an accent thing, can I just chalk it up to this? Like I must have.
Yeah, but you have to keep it up for a really long time.
Like how long? But it can get cured, right? Or no?
Yeah, but I would say that you got to give it.
Not like a sentence? It doesn't
couple
go
of
like
weeks.
Sentence to sentence?
I'd say it's a couple of weeks. How about you let me punch you in the head until you get an accent?
I get a head wound until I...
You need head trauma. I mean,
You didn't even say it was 100% though. How do you just develop an accent? Like is there something in our brain that gives us an accent? That must be true, right?
I bet your brain is capable of doing insane things that you would never, ever consider.
So if they figured it out...
And if someone kicks you in the head the right way or whatever, they deprive you of oxygen for the right amount of time and then bring you back, I bet there are wild that your brain can do that we'll never really be able to tap into how it actually happens or where in the brain it happens.
But I'm just saying, if they figure this out, could someone use it to get an accent? Like, could they pick which one they get?
Yeah.
Like that's the Irish accent place. That's the...
Right. So you stand behind a donkey and you let him kick you right here.
Well, I'm just saying if they had maybe they throw like a laser beam in there or something, or
Sounds pretty scientific.
Because that'd be great. I mean, I always feel like when I hear there's a woman here who has a British accent, I'm always like, she just sounds smarter. Whatever she says, she just sounds smarter. I was talking to one of my students today. He has what I have, like resting dick voice, where you just, I didn't say it like that to him, but he was saying something to one of his friends, like, oh, I really enjoy working with you. And he said it like that. And I'm like, it sounds like you don't enjoy working with him. I'm like, you have my problem where whatever you say sounds like you don't mean it. He's like, no, I really.
And did you guys pee in a fountain and the lightning struck the fountain and now you guys switched bodies and I'm actually talking to that kid right now?
He said, no, I really do mean it. I do mean I like working with him. I'm like, no, you did it again. It sounds like you don't. I said, I have the same problem. I told him that I say stuff to my wife. She's like, why do you have to be mean? I'm like, I'm not being mean. I really mean it.
Yeah.
But it's just like my voice. It's that'd probably be her. That'd probably be her last words to me. Like I could have said stuff nicer.
Does that make you feel bad?
Anyone you don't want to die who tells you something that's mean would make you feel bad.
Have you ever been in a hospital room with somebody that you don't like? That you don't?
That's true. I don't know. I don't usually get invited.
Weird to go visit to your enemy's hospital.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it would be your enemy, but you could, I mean, maybe you could have some relative that you're.
Like if Greg Radin was in the hospital and I went and saw him.
Especially close to.
Like, why did you always want to beat me up in high school, Greg?
So if he was like, Mark, if you could have just been nicer, it would have been better. You're like, yeah, I don't really.
I barely knew you. I don't even know what you had against me, Greg. Other people told me you hated me, and I don't know why. Well, just tell me what it was.
Maybe if you'd been
you were a year older than me,
so goofy and just laughed at everybody, I wouldn't have stuffed you in a locker.
We didn't even run in the same circles. I honestly don't know how you could have hated me. I don't understand because I feel like we had I don't know if I ever spoke to you. Do you think other people were with me and telling me that you hated me, but you really didn't? So he never did anything that actually showed you that you hated him? This guy, he just lived in my neighborhood, and I remember a few different people telling me that he hated me. And I was like, I don't even know why. I don't know if I've ever talked to him before. You should go find him. That would be. And then he went to, do you know why? A few episodes ago, I think I probably mentioned this when it happened, but you were going through acronyms of things that I may or may not know. And one of them was CIA. You were doing colleges, yes. CIA. And the reason that I knew CIA wasn't only the Central Intelligence Agency, but also the Culinary Institute of America. Because he told everybody he was going into the CIA, but he really did, but it was to the Culinary Institute of America. Oh, wow. Well, that's to be honest, I never followed up with that either. Greg Radin, if you're out there, why don't you write into the show and tell me if I've been lied to? No, you know what this is a story for? 30 Detective Mooga. Detective Mooga on the Would it be weird to go back to say, should I do this? Go back and write some kid that I barely knew and say, did you hate me? And then follow-up question. Did you tell everybody that you went to the CIA hoping that they would think you were a badass, but you were really just becoming a line cook? This could be a great guest on the podcast. Should I really try to do this? I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? He really does hate me and he tracks me down and kills me? Sure. Okay. And then you have to come see me in the hospital? On your deathbed? And then I have to tell you that the one thing I regret is ever starting this goddamn podcast. I spent the last year doing something I hate, Jared. And then I'll say, well, at least it's over now, and I'll put the pillow over your face. Thank you. And I'll kiss you through the pillow. I mean, I was in the room when my mom passed away, and my brother and I were talking about it last night because I brought this up to him, and I can't remember anything. Yeah. I mean, I remember talking to her the night before, but she was kind of out of her mind. Like you said, out of her mind. Yeah. At one point, I asked her what she wanted to do. I remember, and she said she just wanted to go to work. And I was like, I don't really understand how that's on your brain right now. But I think because she wanted things to be normal. Just do something normal. Yep. It would be great to have a last word thing prepared that makes whoever you tell it to's life easier. I don't even know what you mean, but sounds like something like if somebody said to you, like, you're just like somebody you love is passing away, and that's sad. But they bring you over and they're like, Mark, you just always made my life better. People tell me that all the time. I need something better than that. Mark. Yeah, that's the kid who gives you a license plate that barely knows you. Yeah. Or something like that. People like me. I need something big. They do tell you that all the time. Like that would be someone's first words to you or middle words to you. Even though you're a dick, Mark, I really like you and you make my life better.
Yeah, so something like that. Maybe not. It wouldn't work for you because you're
right. I'm just too awesome.
Like you made my life better, or these things you did were nice, or go.
Anything else to say?
They could say, go live. Make sure you live your life to the fullest for the rest of it.
Oh, I am. You're the one that's dying. I'll be fine.
Yeah, but maybe if you're sad about this person, then you wouldn't. It would be hard.
I am sad, but I don't want you to know that. I want you to think that everything's okay. The world's okay. Like your mom said, she just wanted to go to work. The world's fine. I'm out there. I'm just going out to, leave here, and I'm going to go, go paddleboarding or.
So one of your parents passed away. That's what you're just going to say to him. You're like, Mark, you were a great son, and I love you.
Yep. Already, yeah.
And why don't I really hope
you wrap it up? I've got to go record with Jared in a minute here. I know you keep talking.
Forward.
Why do you keep telling me things I already knew? Let's just wrap this up. Seriously, you've been here forever. It's been a great life. But I gotta go record episode 269 of the Mag Room.
Laugh.
Yeah, I know you loved it. You told me every week. You texted me all the time. Great show. I get it.
Then you just walk out?
Yeah. Peace. Deuces. Adios, muchacho. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, wait. I guess I won't. You just gave me your last words. I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it's going to go, but we'll see. Yeah, so what if they give you some deep last words? Maybe it'll help.
Yeah.
Your dad says, my only wish is you get to 1,000 episodes of the Mag Room.
I don't know, Dad. That's a lot. We're only at 50. We haven't gotten to 100 yet. And you want me to go 10 times that much?
Yeah. I don't even know if we'll live that long.
Do you have any other dying wishes that you could? Something more in the like $30 range. And less time. Less time, $30.
I'd also love for you to learn how to make guacamole.
No, I can do that. How much longer do you think you're going to stick around? I can run home right now. I think I have some avocados in the fridge. Oh, limes. I don't have limes, though. Think you can get some lime jello? Can you give me that lime jello right there?
From the hospital? Would we in the funny hospital?
I'm just going for flavor.
Have lime jello? Would you have jello in the funny hospital?
Sure. Green jello? What's funnier than runny green jello?
Should we wrap it up? Produced by Richard Stabone. Theme song by Maggie Yellocks. Email Mooga and Sisko at gmail.com.
Greg Radin, if you're out there. Greg Radin that grew up in Cheshire, Connecticut on Weiss Road, Nob Hill. I forget where you live. Yeah, write in and tell me why you didn't like me.
And why do you think he didn't like you?
No idea. None whatsoever. I had one common friend with him.
But you still remember this?
Yeah, because there haven't been that many people in my life that just that I've been told hated me. I've had people that didn't like me or whatever, but the way this was presented to me was that he had a severe dislike of me, and I could totally understand it if I had done something to him, but I just had never interacted with him.
I see.
So I wonder if it's
usually the mark charm is like people like you when they don't know you or know you a little bit. That's the first thing, and this guy didn't fall under your powers.
He didn't have a chance to, I guess.
So you need to know why.
Yeah, and bring him on the show. That would be funny to get him on the show.
It would be, yeah. Wasn't there something else people were supposed to email into? Oh, last words. What would be your last words if you
stick with the Mag Room?
Maybe your last words might be. That would be incredible. You come, and I'm on the deathbed, and you come, and I'm like, Mark, I got to tell you something. You're like, what?
What's Jared?
Stick with the Mag Room, and everything else is cream cheese.
Cheese?
And then I just die.
I want to talk over you, though.
Oh, you don't even let me get it in?
It's everything else cream cheese.
Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good. The my groom's good. Ooh, ooh, I like my groom. I like my groom. Ooh, ooh, my groom is good. My groom is good.
Open mouth kissing is riskier than holding hands or using a public toilet. Oh, yeah.